Deuce McBride is putting together a career year. He looks more comfortable and more confident with the ball in his hands. His defense is still phenomenal, and his play looks very good. Even though his shooting numbers aren't that great, his shot has improved, and the volume of shots has increased for Deuce McBride. New York has needed him this season, especially with Brunson out with that ankle injury, and he has delivered. His play has been so phenomenal that many teams around the league see Deuce McBride as a key piece. Shout out to NBA insider Michael Scotto for giving us the following updates about Miles McBride and his current trade value, and also New York's possible trade plans. He gave us this following update when he was a guest on Ian Begley's show, The Putback. According to Michael Scotto, he states, Miles McBride has a lot of value around the league. His contract is team-friendly at this point, given his production. You almost have to put him in addition to another salary, like a Mitchell Robinson, if you're going to make an upgrade, because he doesn't make enough money to just get somebody as a standalone, one-for-one kind of trade to match salaries, which for the most part around the league, you're going to need to do to make a trade. But big picture, I understand that Miles McBride has value, and I can certainly see why the Knicks would look at potentially doing something with Mitchell Robinson, depending on how the offseason goes. Deuce certainly has value, and it's only going to increase as he shows what he can do. Now, the reason this conversation came up at all is because Michael Scotto and Ian Begley were discussing the Knicks' future trade plans, potentially if the Knicks will add a future third star to this team. And here's what Michael Scotto had to say about that situation. I should mention, even though it's probably obvious at this point, that Michael Scotto is talking about this upcoming offseason regarding the moves the Knicks could potentially make. Shout out to Scotto for continuing to give us the following information here. According to him, I always think big picture, and when I think of the Knicks, I think of them just getting Karl Towns. You got Jalen Brunson. Is there a third star out there that will emerge during the summer, depending on how the playoffs go and a team underperforms? That they really try to push more chips in to go even further all in. They've always consolidated chips, broadened the horizons a little bit. Can you do that? Make a trade with even eventually Mikal Bridges. The Knicks are going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to extend this guy or not as well. So that's something I'm keeping in the back of my mind. That's something I'm going to be keeping tabs on. And if the Knicks make a trade for a third star or a very good player, it's likely any team would ask for Deuce as part of that deal. Now, I dropped the video recently where James Dolan stated that it's likely the core players are going to be part of this team for many, many seasons together. Those core players for me are Mikal Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, and OG Anunoby. Everybody else, in my opinion, is not a core player. That means Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride, a couple of these other rookies we have on the bench. If the right player becomes available, the Knicks may not hesitate to pull the trigger and make a trade to improve this team and help our roster moving forward. Because we have to remember, some of these trades may not be called major trades. Maybe they're very good trades. Maybe the Knicks are still fleecing teams, but it's still not a major trade. It all depends on the pieces the Knicks are giving up and what player the Knicks are getting back. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and subscribe here to the Knicks Recap Clips channel and have notifications turned on. Also, be sure to subscribe to the main Knicks Recap channel as well too. That way you never miss any new content created. Make sure you leave a comment below and we'll catch you again on the next video. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.